Hello, we're back once again for part 5, and our Final Fantasy XV episode Duscae adventure continues. Today we're going to pick up, and we're going to start pursuing the behemoth tracking quest. So it's actually named a behemoth undertaking, and we will be going to 6 different sites in order to find our prey. So let's find the nearest location here, and we're just gonna set off and get started. So conveniently, we're right next to one of these places. And you'll see it's basically just a bunch of running around.
I believe that is what they call a clue.
Alright. So, I think in order to advance the quest, we only have to do 4 or 5. But I know you can get some bonus EXP if you go to all of the places, so.
Focus. Let me hit him first, then you follow up. Why do I have to wait? Because I said so.
Time to put up
Okay.
or shut up.
So because we learned our cross chains in the last episode, now we know actually how we're going to learn how to actually use them in combat. Certain interaction. Okay. Well, let's see how this goes. Okay. Now we can activate our cross chain, except not because we ain't getting up too long. I haven't played this in like a week, so now I feel totally out of practice. Alright, here we go. Cross chain.
Slow and steady.
It's fun.
No big deal.
So I really enjoyed that interaction that Gladio did right before, because I know the game has been somewhat criticized because people are afraid of the bro culture that is definitely perpetuated by having a game with party members that are solely dudes. But I'm liking the direction that it's taking so far.
No trouble, but I think it went that way.
I think it's different and for the series for sure, because you honestly haven't had an entirely male cast since the original game with the 4 Warriors of Light. But then my argument anyway is that, they're never gendered in the game, so that doesn't even necessarily mean that they're all men. They could just as easily be women or agender, or, you don't have to be a dude to be a hero.
Not into wildlife. More of a pet guy. Time to put
And
up.
the camera's kind of being really weird for me, so sorry that we're just staring at a bunch of trees. Nothing too exciting. Yeah, I didn't hit anything with that. But anyway, I figured today's episode, probably the next couple of episodes, are going to mostly just be me running around and doing combat. So I thought I might branch into other topics to talk about, including one of Square Enix's huge announcements at E3 a couple of weeks ago, because, I mean, I know I was watching the press conference, and, well, unfortunately, I kind of only was able to watch about half of Sony's and about half of the Square Enix one, but I caught the second half of the Sony one, which I think I caught everything good. But one of the first things that I did see was the Final Fantasy VII Remake announcement trailer, which...
Bet I know who did this.
Oops. We'll continue this in a second. So now I could actually continue the quest to go find the behemoth, but I'm gonna just track down the rest of these as we go. But when I saw that trailer, right, that was really unprecedented and something I wasn't expecting. So if you haven't seen it, I will definitely include a link to the remake trailer in the description. But
Time to
it's...
meet the chocobos.
I hear ya.
Oh no. Let's go find a chocobo. But so I remember I was watching it, and at first I was just like, this can't be what I think it is, right? This can't be a Final Fantasy VII remake. And then like the music came in, and I was like, this music sounds like something out of Advent Children, like the movie sequel that they made. It's like, this sounds like Advent Children, and we found a chocobo! And I was like, okay, what is this? Like, what are Square Enix doing here? This isn't what I think. So then my next thought was, this is another Final Fantasy VII sequel. Like, they're gonna make a sequel on the PlayStation 4 or whatever, because well, I guess it was the Sony conference. That's what I was thinking. And then it kept going, and it like starts showing all the different like road signs, and this is probably a dead end that I'm going into. But then I just kept watching, right? And when you finally like get to the end and you see like there's like Midgard road signs, and then all of a sudden the like that iconic musical opening cue comes in, and I sat there and I was like, I just started hyperventilating. Like I was like, this still isn't real. This still isn't what I think it is.
So much for tracking the sun.
And I just remember thinking that was... I can't believe that they're honestly doing this. Like, I swear, there's an article on, I think it's Silicon Era, and they had it quoted like several times that Final Fantasy VII Remake means that the franchise is done, and it's the only use it would have would be to save the franchise from financial ruin. Or the other reason was that they thought that they had created a game that surpassed Final Fantasy VII in terms of both financially and scenario-wise. And so then my next question is they're not in financial ruin, because Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO, they did a reboot of that, technically, where they fixed it up and completely revamped the game. I mean, it's Final Fantasy XIV 2.0, A Realm Reborn, virtually. And so that's actually been making them tons of money. I mean, I couldn't give you their exact sales on that, but, you know, it's a monthly subscription, and it's doing really well. It's gotten great reviews. I played it extensively last summer, and I would definitely recommend it. So, Square's certainly not at risk for, you know, unless they project, like, more terrific losses with the Hitman and Tomb Raider franchises, which was kind of one of their last straws, and it led to the last president stepping down a year or two ago. And so I don't think it's that. And then I was wondering, you know, do they think that they've actually made something better? Could it be this game? Could it be Final Fantasy 15? And I'm still not sure that that is necessarily the reason why they have decided to go ahead and do the remake. But, you know, I'm extremely happy that they are. Not gonna say that I'm not excited and ecstatic. Like, I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. But, you know, my initial concerns, which I've already voiced about, you know, both on social media and on the website that I write for, I have given voice to my various concerns about what kinds of things they're going to have to change, how censored this game is going to have to be, and, you know, there's so much conversation and debate about it. But, you know, generally, this is what people have been hoping and wishing for